Welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. In 2019, someone paid $113,000 for a digital car in a video game. And also in 2019, someone paid $80,000 for a piece of virtual land in a virtual reality platform. What's going on? Why are people paying these crazy prices for a digital collectible, for a token? Also in 2020, a crypto research firm paid $162,000 for 5 Ethereum NFTs because they stated that it is a rarity and that it is an attractive crypto investment. So what's going on? Why are people paying so much money for these NFTs, these non-fungible tokens? To truly understand this, we need to first understand what does it mean to be fungible. Fungible is when two items are the same. When you trade $1 for another dollar, they're both worth $1. When I trade, let's say if I traded 10 Ethereum for someone else's 10 Ethereum, they're both worth 10 Ethereum. 1 Bitcoin for 1 Bitcoin, they're both worth 1 Bitcoin. So they're equal, we can trade them. But when something is non-fungible, you cannot trade it one for the other. They're not equal, they're not the same. A very good example are baseball cards. Baseball cards are non-fungible. In front of me, I have two 1995 Derek Jeter baseball cards, and they look very similar, but they are not the same. Two people would not trade these baseball cards carelessly, the same way they would just trade $1 for $1, since those two are the same, but these baseball cards are not the same. So these NFTs that I just mentioned that people paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for are non-fungible tokens. They're unique. They're rare. No one can copy them. So like I said, they're unique and they're rare, and one does not equal one. There are separate tokens. And typically, for the most part, they're indivisible. You need to buy or trade the whole NFT, the whole token. Just like you can take half of an artwork to sell, or you can't sell a quarter of a house or a quarter of a baseball card. Same thing for most NFTs. You need to sell them whole. This isn't like cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum where you can buy 0.001 Bitcoin or 0.03 Ethereum with an NFT. It's usually the whole thing. So an NFT can represent many things. It can be a crypto collectible. It could be digital artwork. It could also represent a real world asset. It can have it could represent a ticket to a concert. It can represent a house on the market. It could represent a car. So you'll have maybe one house on the market, one of its kind, and it's backed by a token, one of its kind. But for the purpose of this video, I want to focus on NFTs that are not backed by real world assets. Those would be NFTs such as digital artwork and digital collectibles that are native to the blockchain, are not backed by real world assets. And when it comes to most of these non-fungible NFT tokens, they're built using the ERC 721 standard, which is built on top of Ethereum. So these are rare, one-of-a-kind collectibles. But not all NFTs are built on Ethereum. NFTs are also built on platforms such as EOS, Neo, and Tron. But for the most part, the NFTs that people are interested in and people are paying a lot of money for are built on top of Ethereum. And one of the most popular NFTs in the history, or the short history of crypto, are CryptoKitties built on top of Ethereum. These are digital kittens that are unique and rare. And you're not going to believe this. This picture I have in front of me, this very exact picture, was sold in 2018 for $170,000. This is a CryptoKitty, and the name is Dragon. This exact picture that you're looking on the screen right now was sold for $170,000. But the image I have on my screen, I got it for free online. It's worth $0. So what's the difference? Why is the picture on the screen I have worth $0, yet the NFT, which looks exactly the same as the picture I have on my screen, is worth $170,000? The reason is because humans currently, in the past, and they will in the future, will always want the real thing. They want something that's rare, and they want something that's authentic. The way we evaluate an NFT or try to understand an NFT and why people pay a lot for it is no different than how people buy rare items such as art or baseball cards. When it comes to art, there are paintings worth $450 million, $300 million, $150 million, $200 million. But in today's world, it's very easy. I wouldn't say easy, but it's very possible to get a fake painting of these same paintings that look and feel like the real thing. But of course, we know in the art world, people do not want that. They want the real thing, the authentic artwork made by the real artist. And if there ever is a piece of artwork circulating around that's worth $100 million, and then all of a sudden we find out that it's actually a fake painting, it loses all its value. The real painting and the fake painting, they look the same, they feel the same, but just knowing that one is real gives it a lot of value. And of course, the same goes for baseball cards. We can have 2 or 3 baseball cards that all look the same, but if one is real and 2 are fake, only the one that's real has value. Again, even though they're the same exact thing. This is just how we are as humans and how we always have been and will continue to be. We always want the real thing, especially when it comes to clothes. If you're a sneakerhead, you're definitely going to understand this. Or if you're someone maybe that's interested in luxury items, you always want the real thing, whether it's a sneaker or a sweatshirt. Knowing that it's the real thing for most people is comforting. And when someone does have a fake item, let's say someone has a fake Rolex, they do everything they can to make sure no one finds out. So just like people want real art, they want real baseball cards, they want real luxury items, real shoes. People want real digital collectibles, authentic, rare digital collectibles, even though you can just go online and get a copy of the same exact thing. Again, this $170,000 crypto kitty I have on my computer right now for free. But people want the real deal. That's just how people are. And digital collectibles is not a new thing. This is something that has been going on already without crypto. There already are baseball cards that are digital. And again, these are not NFTs, these are not crypto related. People trade digital items, and that's the world that we are moving into. People trade digital items in video games as well. That's a very popular place for people to trade digital items. So when it comes to these NFTs, they are, you could say, more beneficial, or they have advantages over traditional collectibles. Let's say we're using a baseball card. If we have a traditional regular baseball card, we need to keep it protected. It can get ruined. It's harder to transport. We can lose it. But when it comes to an NFT baseball card, it's easier to store. You can lose it though, but it is easier to store. It's easier to transport it. It's harder to ruin it. You don't have to worry about the car fading away or keeping it in a special case. Of course, you do have to keep your password or your private key safe to ensure that your NFT is safe. But even more important is that it's not limited to a small market. When you have, let's say, a digital NFT baseball card, there's access to everyone around the world. And also anyone can participate regardless of their age. They don't need to reveal their identity. This is something you can travel with, you can carry it with you. And you might actually get a higher price with NFTs, because with NFTs, I just mentioned that it's open to everyone all around the world. So there's more competition fighting for a product. So with an NFT, you actually might see higher prices than traditional collectibles. And this market is not a fad. It's not a trend. It keeps growing from 2017 to 2018 to 2019. Now in 2020, the market keeps growing. And really, when you look at NFTs, it's nothing new. It's not a revolutionary idea. People for thousands of years have been paying a lot of money for rare and authentic items. So this is the same thing we have seen for thousands of years, just in a different form. I hope that you found value in this video. And if you did, I want you right now to go down below and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.